Hello everyone, my name is Sari Situmeang and my student ID number is 2530202010013. In this project video, I will present a comparative analysis on a highly relevant topic for all of us. The effectiveness of online learning versus traditional face-to-face instruction in higher education. This video was made to fulfill the requirements for intermediate writing final exam. Without further ado, let's move on to the first point. Okay, over the last years, education technology has drastically transformed universities. Students now face a choice between studying virtually or in person. This presentation evaluates both methods across three key areas: flexibility, discipline, and social interaction. Okay. Looking at convenience, online learning is clearly superior. It allows students to access materials regardless of time and location, making it perfect for those balancing work or family. On the other hand, traditional classes enforce rigid schedule and require commuting expenses regardless of weather condition. However, convenience doesn't always guarantee academic focus. According to Zimmerman's self-regulated learning theory, online success heavily demands strong self-control. Without it, students easily fell prey to social media and home distractions. In contrast, physical classrooms separate our academic and personal lives, fostering much stronger discipline. Our third focus is the social aspect. Garrison's social presence theory states that effective communication requires a real-life sense of connection. Screen-based learning lacks this spatial presence, which can lead to emotional exhaustion and isolation. Traditional learning counteracts this by providing immediate, spontaneous networking opportunities through group work and campus event. In conclusion, while online learning shines in flexibility, face-to-face learning remains more beneficial for the average student due to its structures, discipline, and social networking value. Moving forward, the ultimate solution lies in the blended learning, a model that perfectly combines online flexibility with invaluable interpersonal classroom experiences. Does it? Here is my essay. We open my essay with the first paragraph, which serves as the introduction. Here, my main goal is to set the historical context. I begin with a background statement about how technology has changed higher education over the last 10 years. To make this clear, I compare how students in the past had to physically go to campus with the modern era, where virtual learning platforms are a popular option. At the very end of this paragraph, I introduce my thesis statement. This is the core part of my introduction because I implicitly outline the roadmap of my essay, telling the reader that I will compare online learning versus face-to-face learning based on three criteria: flexibility, academic discipline, and social aspect. Next, the second paragraph covers my first body point, flexibility and convenience. Inside this paragraph, I use a point-by-point contrast structure. I start by exploring the positive side of online learning, explaining how it allows students to access material from anywhere and manage their own schedules. This heavily benefits busy or working students. However, right in the middle, I introduce a structural turning point using the word however. This allows me to show the opposite side. Classroom-based learning. I contrast digital freedom with the rigid schedule of traditional classes, where physical attendance is mandatory despite bad weather or transportation costs. I close the paragraph with a sub-conclusion, proving that online learning wins in terms of convenience. Moving to the third paragraph, I analyze my second body point, academic discipline, and focus structurally. This paragraph is designed to flip the argument and show that convenience can sometimes lead to a lack of focus. To support this academically, I introduce Zimmerman's self-regulated learning theory, explaining that online success depends heavily on a student's internal self-control. I point out that the home environment is full of distraction like smartphone and social media. To make this argument authentic, I integrate my own personal experience during the pandemic, sharing my struggle with Zoom classes and procrastination. Right after, I use the phrase in contrast to shift back to face-to-face learning, explaining how a physical classroom separates our personal life from school and help build good study routine. After that, the first paragraph I addresses my third body point, the quality of social interaction. The structural focus here is on the psychological and emotional effect of both environments. I introduced Garrison's social presence theory to highlight a major flaw in online learning. Text message and video call like a physical presence, which can make students feel isolated and lonely. I add my personal perspective, describing how detected it felt to study behind a computer screen with cameras turned off. Then I structurally shift to the positive alternative using the phrase contrary to online learning. In the second half, I showcase the rich social benefit of face-to-face learning, such as spontaneous discussions, student organization, and build professional networks for future careers. I propose a modern solution for the future, blended learning, a hybrid model that successfully combines the digital flexibility of online tools with the valuable human connection of in-person classrooms.